my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 6 of the MPWF, the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. This is CAW Wrestling. This is your host, Dwayne James Johnny Feelgood, and tonight we are live from St. Louis, Missouri, folks. We are on the road to Clash of Champions, and later tonight you see our main event. Lethal Mathematics will take on Jay Stevens after that amazingly interesting interaction last week. Oddball, Scorpion, Zynda, and Dr. Ice Jr. will meet in a three-way dance, as well as Cannonball, Marcus Eagle, and the Eclipse, as we set up for a triple threat three-way dance tag team matchup at Clash of Champions. Rick Jones will take on John Smith, getting ready for the tag team title matchup. The unlikely team of Serenity and Lil Beast will take on the Carmichaels after the assault from last week's episode. And our opening contest of the evening, Pretty Boy Swag looks to try and win back the Hardcore Championship that was taken from him on this past episode of MPWF Metal against Jason Holiday. If you haven't watched Metal, check it out. Watch out all MPWF footage. Remember to like, subscribe, share on Twitter, share on YouTube, share on Venmo. Actually, Venmo me money. Share anything you can think of. Hype up the Major Pain Wrestling Federation, folks. We are back and we are in full force. Let the world know that the Major Pain Wrestling Federation is back in the CAW wrestling industry. But folks, here is my boy, Pretty Boy Swag. YOLO, mother, YOLO. Pretty Boy Swag won the Hardcore Championship off Fabulous a couple weeks back, but last week, after a successful defense in quite an amazing main event between him and Fabulous, he was attacked afterwards by Jason Holiday. Jason Holiday took advantage of the 24/7 rule, and now Pretty Boy Swag is without the Hardcore Championship, so he is here tonight to compete and try and win that belt back. This is the second ever Hardcore title matchup in the new era of the MPWF on the main MPWF CAW Wrestling show. And our boy Pretty Boy Swag looks to win the title back before Clash of Champions, baby. Clash of Champions is on the way, folks. Can you believe it? Clash of Champions is almost here.
Girls on me heavy cause I look so sexy. Yellow diamond shawty in the club straight flexing. I'm looking for a yellow bone low.
And here comes his opponent, the Hardcore Champion, Jason Holiday. And you know, I mentioned this when he attacked Pretty Boy Swag to win the title, taking advantage of the 24/7 rule. Last week, Jason Holiday confronted Richard Hawkins and said that he wants to be legit. He wants to be a part of Richard Hawkins and everything that he's doing with his clientele. And Hawkins told him, do something impressive. Make me want you. And Jason Holiday went and did that and became the MPWF Hardcore Champion, officially winning his first championship in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. And tonight he has a title defense, but folks, you know, like Jason Holiday's got to be thinking to himself, I want to win this title defense up and move on to Clash of Champions March 14th, folks. That is the tentative date. I mean, I should technically say it's the official date, but anything can happen. Don't forget we had a worldwide pandemic that is still ruining the way we live. March 14th, Clash of Champions 2021. I cannot wait. You can tell by the sound of my voice. I can't even speak with how excited I am. You know, just one more main show here, episode 6. You know, then we later this week tune into the World Wrestling Future for episode 4. Then the WWF's first takeover since WrestleMania weekend with Takeover Respect. We have the pre-show for Metal episode 6. And then it is Clash of Champions time. But again, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We got this title matchup to kick things off here tonight. As you can see right there, the Hardcore Championship. 24/7 is the rule. Pinfalls and submissions count anywhere. Extreme rules. Weapons, gimmicks, foreign objects. Take it the way you see it. Have it the way you want it. You can use them at any time to win this championship belt. A championship that I have said plenty of times is the hardest championship to successfully hold here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation is that hardcore title. Now look at Jason Holiday staring down Pretty Boy Swag. What he does not want to happen here tonight is for him to lose that belt after doing what he said he was going to do and impress Richard Hawkins. Richard Hawkins' clientele, Chris World Champ, the official clientele, will be defending his United States Championship at Clash of Champions March 14th against the massive Max Payne. Pretty Boy Swag looking back at that hardcore championship. I had a chance to speak to Pretty Boy Swag earlier today, and he says that he misses his baby. He wants the hardcore title back. He wants to prove once again that he is championship material. It was a bit of a rocky start for Pretty Boy Swag here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation of this season here in 2021. Pretty Boy Swag attacking Jason Holiday right off the bat. And, you know, winning the hardcore title was able to reinvigorate what he's been doing here. And I said Jason Holiday, who is one of the world's cockiest superstars, the biracial angel, you know, he cannot sit there and be cocky and taunt his opponents because, you know, anything goes. They will take advantage of any situation they can to try and win that championship belt. There's a knife-edge chop there by Jason Holiday. And something I have to think about here is, you know, Jason Holiday has won the hardcore championship, but, like, he's not a hardcore wrestler. And, like, oh, nice move there by Jason Holiday. What does that mean for a guy like him? Like, is he going to be comfortable using weapons? I mean, he's going to have to get real comfortable quick because I can tell you from experience, Pretty Boy Swag ain't afraid to pull out a weapon to defend himself. And now, oh, backbreaker there by Jason Holiday. It's still to come tonight, our main event, Chase Stevens versus Lethal Mathematics. Lethal Mathematics came out here last week, and it seemed like he apologized to Ryan Sparxx, but, you know, nobody really believed what he was saying, and Chase Stevens didn't. And Lethal said that if you step to me ever again, I will slap the taste out of you. And, well, we have a match booked for tonight because of it. And now there's a powerbomb into the buckle by Jason Holiday. And as of yet, nobody has reached for the furniture underneath the ring. Jason Holiday telling the crowd to bask in his glory as he has Pretty Boy Swag up here. And look at the quickness of Jason Holiday. This is a man who has not warmed himself to the MPWF fans whatsoever. Originally wanting their adulation, but in recent weeks, this month, he has decided that, you know, he doesn't even need to listen to the MPWF fan base anymore. He says, you cheering or booing me means me no different. All I want is success. All I want is championships. And now, oh, Pretty Boy Swag there with a reversal. Pretty Boy Swag there with a reversal of Jason Holiday. Pretty Boy Swag, unlike Jason Holiday, very loved by the MPWF fans. Pretty Boy Swag there with a shot. Look at that. And now Pretty Boy Swag's got him up here. And Pretty Boy Swag there with that backbreaker. Nice move there by PBS. You know, Pretty Boy Swag looking under the ring has got a baseball bat. Oh, he nails Jason Holiday in the back with it. And there's another shot there. And like I said before, Pretty Boy Swag is not going to be afraid to use a weapon. He's going to make this match hardcore when he can. You know, Pretty Boy Swag taking advantage of the rivalry between Fabulous and Billy Ray Peterson over the Hardcore Championship. Fabulous is officially injured for those that did not watch Metal. He took, I want to call it a Steiner driver on the concrete floor around the crowd, and he will be missing next weekend. Booked for MPWF Metal, the pre-show to Clash of Champions, it will be Billy Ray Peterson and Johnny Monday versus the Entourage. But there's a nice back suplex there by Pretty Boy Swag as he goes for the cover here. 1, 2, and near fall there for Pretty Boy Swag. The pre-show will take place on March 13th, Saturday night. MPWF action, I cannot wait. As now, Pretty Boy Swag has Jason Holiday there. Pretty Boy Swag now throwing Jason Holiday to the outside of the ring. Jason Holiday needs to come up with something quick or he's going to lose his hardcore title. And Pretty Boy Swag eyeing him up here. Pretty Boy Swag hitting the ropes. Pretty Boy Swag going suicide dive and nails Jason Holiday. What a move by Pretty Boy Swag, building the exact momentum he needs in this matchup. This crowd here chanting, "This is awesome," and I have a feeling that that won't be the only time we hear that tonight. And Pretty Boy Swag now taking away the German announce table's top table here. Pretty Boy Swag suplex DDT fabulous through that table to retain his hardcore championship. Fireman carry reversal there by Jason Holiday. And now Holiday's got Pretty Boy Swag and he throws him right into the apron. Jason Holiday now, what's he going for? He's got a steel chair. Jason Holiday is sick and tired of not using weapons and now using weapons here on Pretty Boy Swag. And he's absolutely decimating him with those chairs. And Jason Holiday just changed how this match was going, getting extremely vicious here. And oh wait, Jason Holiday setting Pretty Boy Swag up on the announce table. What the hell is he going for here? Jason Holiday's got him up here. And Jason Holiday was a DDT. A DDT through the table. Look at this replay here. Jason Holiday planting Pretty Boy Swag's skull through the table. And folks, that's all she wrote. And Jason Holiday, registering the assault he has taken so far in this match. And there's a leg drop. And apparently Jason Holiday is not done with Pretty Boy Swag yet. And oh, wait a minute. Jason Holiday now climbing to the top rope here. Oh, but you don't think he's going to go for the money shot from there, is he? Jason Holiday on the top rope. Going to go for his finishing move. Money shot. Off the top rope to the outside the ring on Pretty Boy Swag. And unfortunately, our boy was not able to win tonight. And Jason Holiday, in a great opening contest, retains the MPWF Hardcore Championship. A great matchup there between these two. At first Jason Holiday didn't want to go hardcore, it seemed, but as the match progressed, he realized he had no choice. That is what it comes with the rules of this title. Jason Holiday with that money shot off the top rope to the outside of the floor of Pretty Boy Swag. We're going to have to get Pretty Boy Swag checked out to see if his ribs are broken for that kind of impact. Look at that DDT there by Holiday. But still, your hardcore champion, Jason Holiday. This man is picking up some serious momentum here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. Sooner or later, haters of Jason Holiday will have to admit that he is becoming successful here in the MPWF. A great matchup and a great win for Mr. Holiday here tonight. Oh wait, Jason Holiday gonna grab the microphone, it seems here. Jason Holiday wants to say something. I said before, Jason Holiday not warming himself up to this crowd. Not warming himself up to the MPWF fan base whatsoever. And I definitely don't think that Hector Rodriguez is a bum or has wasted potential. And I think I agree with the MPWF fans there. And Jason Holiday does have a ton of potential. There's no denying that. Jason Holiday is right. Richard Hawkins does want more. And oh, that's huge. Jason Holiday challenging Hector Rodriguez to a hardcore title matchup at Clash of Champions. And Jason Holiday says that once he beats Hector Rodriguez, he will be known as legit. This crowd here not happy with Jason Holiday insulting them whatsoever. But if Hector Rodriguez accepts, what a matchup we'll have. But here we are backstage with Max Payne, the #1 contender for the United States title. Brownsville is certainly a place that you do not want to be, folks. A lot of pride there for Max Payne. And that's heartbreaking for Max Payne about what happened to his brother, killed in a hit and run, wanting to win the championship for him. A noble cause there for the #1 contender. Julius, this is for you. What a cause by Max Payne. I'm going to touch on Max Payne and his cause in a little bit here, but folks, we get ready for a three-way dance matchup, the first of two that will take place tonight. As a three-way dance will take place at Clash of Champions between these three teams that have been intertwined with each other here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. Scorpion Zynda representing the newly named Generation X, or Gen X if you will, Kim and Marcus Eagle. Two young superstars who want to prove to the world that they belong in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. And it's not that they don't want help from Team Hall of Fame, but that they want to be able to prove that they are good enough to succeed here. And we'll have to see how well they do here tonight and how well they'll do at Clash of Champions. I mean, also not to mention the fact that both Scorpion Zynda and Marcus Eagle have been accepted into the Cruiserweight Classic, which will take place starting the episode after Clash of Champions, which will be MPWF CAW Wrestling Episode 7. I cannot wait. But here comes two men who I am not happy with whatsoever, or one half of them I should say, of Monster Mash, Oddball, pairing himself and his partner pairing themselves with Mason Gray. To this day, we still don't know exactly why they have chosen to pair with Mason Gray, and I'm hoping that we can get an explanation from Oddball and Cannonball before Clash of Champions takes place. But you know, I have to believe it has something to do with money. Mason Gray giving them extra money on top of what they're doing as well. He must have promised them fame or fortune. I don't know how much more fame or fortune Mason Gray can find them, but you know, if he can help them out the way that people were helped out with GameStop, you know, kudos to them. But here he comes, as you hear from that ovation, the legendary Dr. Rice Jr., former leader of the Nexus, former Royal Rumble winner, former world champion, the longest reigning hardcore champion for quite some time in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. Dr. Rice Jr. has fought the best of them. Sean Stevens, Lethal Mathematics, Joey Eagle, Lamar James Jackson, Antonio Goldman, Tendencies, Brian Adams, Helios Christ, Systematic Carnage, you name them all, he has fought them. Dr. Rice Jr., part of Team Hall of Fame with the Eclipse, here to make sure that the younger superstars do not get unfair, and also they said that they're looking at the tag team titles. So here we go. This one's going to be extremely difficult to call. Any multi-man situation in the MPWF from now on, I mean, if you haven't catched on before, if this is your first time watching the Major Pain Wrestling Federation, is elimination. You know, this is an elimination matchup. This is what makes it turns it from a triple threat to a three-way dance if you are unsure. So we will see somebody gone before the end of this matchup. But again, this is all about momentum. We are here tonight from St. Louis. We are just one show away on the MPWF spectrum from Clash of Champions, folks. honestly, Clash of Champions has the potential to be the greatest MPWF show of all time. One of the best. You know, maybe all time is pushing it, but one of the best in this new era. Honestly, you need to tell everybody that you know to watch the MPWF because we are back and we are cooking. Things are great here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. Dr. Ice Jr. misses that fist drop here. Now Scorpion Zynda being caught there by Oddball. And Oddball is going to have a lot of power. That man is a former power lifter, an extremely strong individual. He drives a forearm into the face there of Dr. Ice Jr. You know, Dr. Ice Jr. a little bit bigger in terms of size and height, but I think Oddball takes the strength department here as Oddball has managed to chase Ice and Scorpion Zynda to the outside of the ring. And you know, we mentioned the fact about Dr. Ice Jr. and the Eclipse, how they would like to challenge for the tag team titles. Monster Mash would certainly like to get back at the tag team titles again. And Marcus Eagle and Scorpion Zynda made it to the semi-finals of the tag team tournament. There's a back suplex there by Ice. You know, they also would like to get some tag team titles. So both teams in the Varsity Club and the Bloodshed Fight School have to be watching this matchup and the matchup at Clash of Champions to see potentially who each of them could be facing next for the tag team titles here in the MPWF. As there's a clothesline there by Dr. Ice Jr. Ice now going again. There's another fist drop. You know, also remember to remind people to join the comment section. And if you're watching the MPWF, don't be afraid to comment. We don't bite. We love to hear exactly what you guys have to say. Join the chat. It's great. It is my favorite part about returning here to YouTube is to be able to be in the chat and talk to you guys. So any questions you have, any comments you want to make, any suggestions, let us know. Oh, there's a drop kick there by Oddball. That one took out the referee and Dr. Ice Jr. That's Oddball now going for a kick here. No, Scorpion Zynda caught him. There's a downward spiral. And now Dr. Ice Jr. back inside the ring here again. Scorpion Zynda feeling himself here. You know, again, this is also interesting because there's no need to break up pinfalls or submissions in this matchup, as both these Scorpion Zynda and Dr. Ice Jr. are working together to try and take out Oddball. And just as I said that, Ice drives a knee into the back of Scorpion Zynda. You know, Team Hall of Fame saying, you know, they expect Gen X to not want their help, to want to be able to prove themselves. That's exactly what they would have done back in the day. And I said, oh, 2 count there for Dr. Ice Jr. But they just want to make sure that there aren't guys like Monster Mash seriously injuring them or preventing them from succeeding here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation, because they're pissed off about their spot. You know, as much as Monster Mash may be pissed off, they have had a kind of weak start in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. You know, they won the tag titles, retaining them at WrestleMania. But after that, when it came to the tag titles, it's gone downhill. As all, Dr. Ice Jr. trying to go for a big move there. Wait, there's a fireman carry. And, you know, and they're trying everything they can to find a way to get back that momentum. And there's a crucifix pin here, just a 1 count. But yeah, tag team wrestling is heating up here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. Not to mention the fact that we've got the entourage on metal. And look at this move here. That is like a giant swing from a front chancery position. What a move there by Oddball. And now Oddball's got him up. And look at these slams here by Oddball. Ain't no finesse in that big man. And there's a clothesline there. Stiff shot. And now, oh, Scorpion's in there, missing it. And there's a backdrop by Oddball. And Oddball's got him off, and now spine buster to Scorpion Zynda. And now Oddball picking Zynda right back up. And Zynda there with a jawbreaker. And now, wait, oh, gonna go for the Koji clutch. Got the, oh, immediate reversal there by Oddball. Dr. Ice Jr. using that veteran experience and waiting wisely outside the ring, allowing these two to attack each other. A great exchange there as a forearm by Scorpion Zynda. Now he throws Oddball to the ropes, and there's a forearm smash. And now Scorpion Zynda going to finish him off with an elbow to the gut. Oddball now with a stiff clothesline knocking down Scorpion Zynda. And now Dr. Ice Jr. Oh, he's got Oddball up here. Scorpion Zynda gonna go. Sorry, Dr. Ice Jr. hits the Death Valley driver on Oddball. This could be it for Oddball here. 1, 2, 3, and Oddball is eliminated. So here we are down to our final two here in this three-way down. Scorpion Zynda and Dr. Ice Jr. Now Zynda heading to the top rope here. Looking to go high risk perhaps on Dr. Ice. And there's a Swanton bomb. He hit all of that on Dr. Ice Jr. as he goes for the cover here. 1, 2, and near fall there for Scorpion Zynda. This is all about momentum, ladies and gentlemen. And Scorpion Zynda, I think he overshot that Lion Salt. Catching the leg there of Dr. Ice. And now Zynda. Irish whip sends Dr. Ice Jr. into the buckle. Missing there with the Stinger Splash. Dr. Ice Jr. saw it coming. Kick to the gut. Dr. Ice Jr. That's a DDT. Dr. Ice Jr. now is measuring Scorpion Zynda. Dr. Ice Jr. now got Scorpion Zynda up, and he's about to give him the Death Valley Driver. Dr. Ice Jr. nails it. And Dr. Ice Jr. with the cover. 1, 2, 3, and Dr. Ice Jr. gets the victory. What a matchup and what a performance there by Dr. Ice Jr. Yo, this is straight up giving me old Nexus vibes, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Ice Jr. coming out on top here with the victory. Man, this is huge. Dr. Ice Jr. picking up big time momentum for Team Hall of Fame going in to Clash of Champions. You know, I almost want to say long live the revolution, ladies and gentlemen. Great swanton bomb there by Scorpion Zynda. Oddball showing his strength in this matchup. Scorpion Zynda showing his resilience. But tonight, with the veteran experience, Dr. Ice Jr. able to pick up the victory. And look at how happy Dr. Ice Jr. is. What a win for that man. Yo, that kind of performance, I gotta ask the question, is Dr. Ice Jr. ready for one more run as world champion maybe? What a performance there by Dr. Ice Jr. And this crowd here is going crazy for him, folks. But ladies and gentlemen, up next we have a video. Super Crazy is making his debut in CAW Wrestling and in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation in the Cruiserweight Classic. Folks, I told you I cannot wait for this Cruiserweight Classic. But as we have here, our MPWF Women's World Champion making her way to the ring. She is here to address the situation of Faye Bartlett. She accepted the challenge. It will be Faye Bartlett and Angelina Peace going one-on-one at Clash of Champions. A war, a rivalry between two women that the majority of it took place off of YouTube. Faye Bartlett not happy about losing the title at WrestleMania. And I think Angelina Peace wants to end this one once and for all at Clash of Champions, potentially. We'll see. A woman who is fighting for the pride of women's wrestling in CAW, fighting for the pride of the women's division to show them that they are the best. That, you know, man or woman, they are the best division in all of CAW Wrestling. That's what Angelina Peace wants to prove. She has been a fighting champion so far here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. And this crowd loves themselves some Angelina Peace. And getting right to the point, Angelina Peace saying to Faye Bartlett, we got to finish this. And it's what I mentioned before, during our time off, they went to war for the women's world title. And that is true. Faye Bartlett is one of the best women wrestlers in CAW. I guarantee you. And oh, wow, Angelina Peace. Don't usually talk like that. Angelina Peace respecting Faye Bartlett's talents, but not liking the way she does things. And she's right about that. Have the respect to attack her from the front. But we need to see who will be the Women's World Champion. I agree with that, with Angelina Peace. And oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, that's Faye Bartlett just came from the crowd. Faye Bartlett now just gone in the ring. Faye Bartlett going to attack Angelina Peace, but Angelina Peace saw it coming. Angelina Peace now striking Faye Bartlett. And Angelina Peace clotheslining Faye Bartlett to the outside of the ring. And Faye Bartlett's sneak attack didn't work. What is going to happen when these two women meet face to face at Clash of Champions for the Women's World Championship? But here we go, folks, with our next contest. And it's a contest that is previewing a matchup that I am personally extremely excited for come Clash of Champions. The tag team titles. Folks, I love tag team wrestling. I'm not going to lie to you. Tag team wrestling, to me, is one of the greatest aspects of this great sport of professional and CAW wrestling. And the two teams that are going to compete at Clash of Champions are going to go all out. The Bloodshed Fight School, as you see there, the man, Rhino Rick Jones with the red headband, Savage Weight Shane Riley with the glasses, the current reigning MPWF World Tag Team Champions. They will be defending their belts at Clash of Champions, and tonight, Rhino Rick Jones will be competing one-on-one with John Smith. Last week, Carmichaels took on Savage Weight Shane Riley in a great opening contest in which Carmichaels was able to get the win. The Bloodshed Fight School needs to do what they can to take that momentum back and bring it to 50-50 going into Clash of Champions. Their leader, Subzero Angel Ramirez Ortiz, is the current reigning defending MPWF World Champion, and he will be out later tonight to talk to CJ Parker as they get ready for their MPWF World Championship matchup at the Clash. And here we go, an exciting tag team, the Varsity Club. John Smith with the wrestling towel. Carmichaels in one of the snazziest jumpsuits you will ever see. The Varsity Club looking to win their first ever tag team championship gold here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. Two guys who've been friends for an extremely long time. Men who have done it all together. You know, they've been on Team USA since high school. They have done it all when it comes to amateur wrestling, and now they are in the big leagues, the pros, where they are trying to win the tag team titles. They are not going to be in the Cruiserweight Classic, but I can tell you right now, Carmichaels is a Cruiserweight. He'd be a hell of an opponent in the Cruiserweight Classic. Now, how about that? Super Crazy, folks. Super Crazy is going to be in the Cruiserweight Classic, folks. I cannot wait for that tournament. So excited. But here we go. And straight into a collar elbow tie up here. And now going around with a waist lock here. Now waist lock takedown there by John Smith. And this, folks, is going to be some great wrestling we're going to see here. Rhino Rick Jones with a switch. Grabbing the waist lock here. Rhino Rick Jones down with a takedown of his own. Switching him into a side headlock here. John Smith now. Oh, wait. With a reversal, pulling him into a side headlock from the standing position. Rhino Rick Jones going to use his power here to push him into the ropes. Off the ropes here. John Smith coming back here. Oh, what a shot there by Rick Jones. There is a reason they call this man Rhino. Rhino Rick Jones. He may not be the tallest man in the MPWF, but he may be one of the most powerful, as there was a stiff shot to John Smith. And I can tell you, folks, that the brains behind the Bloodshed Fight School, the Russian badass Ivan Volkov, would not be happy if his students were to lose their first title defense up at Clash of Champions. But it is so difficult against a team like the Varsity Club. The Varsity Club won the MPWF Tag Team Tournament at Judgment Day to earn the tag team titles. As John Smith now waiting for a knife edge shot there on Rick Jones. I said the Varsity Club defeated Monster Match. They defeated Team Hall of Fame. They defeated the current number one contender CJ Parker and his tag team partner Chase Stevens to get to the finals and win them. And what a move there by Rick Jones. The Varsity Club is no joke, as there's a cover there by Rick Jones, and John Smith gets the shoulder up. Oh wait, nice duck there by John Smith, and now right back with a forearm. This one a bit more physical than the one last week. Last week was a bit more technical, as you see the punches here, but Rick Jones pushing John Smith right off here. Rick Jones now, overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Nice move there by Rick Jones. The Savage weight on the outside watching on, as well as Carmichaels here. Now he's got him up, full Nelson. Nice slam there by Rick Jones, using that raw strength and power as Rick Jones now goes for a cover here. 1, 2, and 3, and no. John Smith just gets the shoulder up. As Rick Jones here addressing the crowd, showing his dominance in this matchup. You know, still to come tonight, we've got another 3-way dance match as well as our main event, Lethal Mathematics versus Chase Stevens, and tag team women's competition on the MPWF. You know, and here comes the, oh wait, no. John Smith moved out the way here. And John Smith there with a forearm, another forearm, a kick to the gut. And oh, there's a wheel kick there by John Smith, and that one got Savage Weight Shane Riley distracting the referee. As John Smith may have got the pinfall here, and Carmichaels telling him to keep his hand in the game. Don't worry about Shane Riley. And oh wait, just as I said that, Shane Riley calling over John Smith, and Rick Jones now gonna take advantage here with a back suplex. From time to time, the Bloodshed Fight School will bend the rules to their will. The only one who doesn't seem to do that is the world champion, Subzero Angel Ramirez Ortiz. You know, that's what Ingrid's been known for in the World Wrestling future. As John Smith taking him out on the outside of the ring here. Now John Smith going to go high risk, and there's a senton to the outside by John Smith, showing that Olympic athleticism by the Varsity Club. And now Savage Shane Riley picked up his partner, Rick Jones, telling him to snap out of it, get back in here and try and win this matchup. And now wait, block shot there, and there's a forearm by Rick Jones. Rick Jones down. Oh, Rick Jones catching him there, and there's a knee bar. There is a knee bar by Rick Jones out of nowhere on John Smith, and John Smith is nowhere near the ropes. He has to try and escape, and John Smith in trouble, and he has no choice but to tap out. Just like that. The submission by Rhino Rick Jones out of nowhere, and he is able to get the victory. What a move there by Rhino Rick Jones. I mean, you have to chalk that up to the assist by Savage Weight Shane Riley there. A great matchup. It was physical from the start, but John Smith was waiting for Rick Jones to get back inside the ring, and Rick Jones took advantage of that with that nice, you know, scissors-like maneuver into the knee bar. And once he hit the knee bar, that was it. Rhino Rick Jones has perfected that submission hold. I don't think I've ever seen anybody get out of that from Rick Jones. And your winners tonight, folks, Rick Jones and Savage Weight Shane Riley building momentum. But folks, we're going backstage with Chris World Champ. And yeah, I don't take Chris World Champ for a crier. And that is right, he is the current reigning and defending United States champion. And it's going to be a hell of a task for Chris World Champ against Max Payne at Clash of Champions. And oh, that's uncalled for. Max Payne saying, Chris World Champ saying Max Payne is going to fail the same way he failed to save his brother. Now that was a low blow. Max Payne's brother died in a hit and run, and Chris World Champ saying that he's going to fail like he failed to save his brother. That was uncalled for, and Max Payne is going to be coming for blood at Clash of Champions. Folks, we prepare for our second three-way dance matchup of the evening. And with that, the son of the owner of the Major Pain Wrestling Federation, Marcus Eagle, making his way to the ring, representing Gen X. Looking to build momentum, Scorpion Zynda came extremely close earlier tonight. Can he pick up the win for his team as we head towards Clash of Champions? I'm going to keep advertising it, folks. Clash of Champions, March 14th, 2021. I cannot wait. What a show it is going to be. You need to mark out on your calendars. That is when we are going to hit big with the click per view, folks. So a lot riding on the mind there of Marcus Eagle entering into the Cruiserweight Classic. That will take place on episode 7 of the MPWF. As well as that, he's going to be competing in Click Per View in a tag team matchup for the first time on Click Per View with Scorpion Zynda. Gen X want to prove to the world that they can do things on their own. And I wonder if there was a pep talk in the backstage area for Cannonball and Oddball. Oddball eliminated first in the three-way dance. Cannonball looking to try and pick up the win for his team here. Monster Mash needs it. You know, recently all they've managed to do is just attack people from behind. It's time to start picking up wins here, bud. Look at how strange Cannonball and Oddball with Monster Mash is. Two just beefy dudes. Big men slapping meat on slapping each other, or something Big E said one time. And listen to that ovation, folks, for the legendary Eclipse. A fan favorite here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. The Eclipse, former MPWF champion. He went undefeated for almost 2 years in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. When we had the YouTube title, he put that belt on the map, did the Eclipse. And now, teaming with Dr. Ice Jr. as a part of Team Hall of Fame, looking to be successful at Clash of Champions and move on to potential tag team gold. His partner Dr. Ice Jr. was successful earlier tonight. Will the Eclipse mirror that same success in this matchup? Folks, just listen to the reaction here tonight for the Eclipse. So here we go, second three-way dance of the evening, and we are about to kick this off right now. Ring that bell, DJ. Oh, shot there by Marcus Eagle. And Cannonball knocking the Eclipse, and Cannonball starting quick here. Like I said, once again, the power advantage, the strength advantage goes to Cannonball and Oddball of Monster Mash. I mean, it's in their name, they're monsters. As Marcus Eagle now, Irish whip, Cannonball hanging onto the ropes, and the Eclipse coming back there with a clothesline. And now, flexing his biceps is Cannonball. You know, I mentioned it in the earlier matchup, but I want to hear why Cannonball and Oddball have joined Mason Gray. And I wonder if we're going to hear from Mason Gray. They tried to interfere in our main event last week. CJ Parker successful, moving on to challenge for the MPWF World Championship at Clash of Champions. You know, Mason Gray tapped out, something we were all happy to see. Now, Cannonball rolls to the outside of the ring. We've got a fight here between the Eclipse and Marcus Eagle. The Eclipse himself has wrestled Marcus Eagle's father, the owner of the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. It's quite surreal to see Joe Eagle's son, Marcus Eagle, competing here. You know, we think back to with Marcus Eagle as a nice clothesline to the outside the ring. With Marcus Eagle when he was in the MPWF before, when he got abducted by Lamar James Jackson. Made Joe Eagle fight him all the way back in 2011. You know, and Eclipse there with a kick to the head of Marcus Eagle. You know, and Cannonball got the camel clutch, and again, there's no need to break it up. This is elimination. If Marcus Eagle cannot escape, he will be eliminated, and the Eclipse wisely watching, but the Eagle saw it coming there. There's a clothesline. And nice arm drag there by Marcus Eagle. Marcus Eagle there with a takedown. You know, Marcus Eagle has impressed a lot of people. I've got messages we've seen in the comments section. People really believe that Marcus Eagle is the future of the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. Again, how could you not? With the lineage that he has, the Messiah of the MPWF, Joey Eagle, the man with the green eyes, is his father. Marcus Eagle here in the ring, man with the green eyes himself. You know, we talked about legacy and how he wanted to make a name for himself. I think he's doing that here. Oh, look at the strength of Cannonball, though. Throwing the Eclipse, shoving Marcus Eagle to the other side of the ring as the Eclipse fights back with a clothesline here. And now, wait, Cannonball with a block. And now Cannonball's got the Eclipse here. Oh, there's a shot there into the buckle. And look at these right hands now by Cannonball. Lighting up the Eclipse in the corner. And right there, a little shades of Cactus Jack by Cannonball. Now he's got the Eclipse here. And oh, Marcus Eagle breaking that up. And now Cannonball got Marcus Eagle. Gonna use that strength and power again here. And he's got him up for a stalling suplex. And that blood rush to the head is Cannonball. And Cannonball now. Oh wait, whip reverse here by Marcus Eagle. Marcus Eagle fighting back with a clothesline though. Marcus Eagle now going to head to the top rope with the Eclipse, knocking Marcus Eagle to the outside the ring here. And the Eclipse now going after Marcus Eagle. Oh wait, no, the Eclipse thinking different of it, going back after him again. I think he was not sure if he was going to go after Cannonball or Marcus Eagle. And now, oh wow, face first onto the apron. And again, let's not forget, folks, let's let you know what's going to take place on MPWF Metal, the pre-show. We have a matchup between Austin Taylor and Kim Steele. If Kim Steele loses to her teacher, Austin Taylor, she will have to go back to the World Wrestling Future. As well as we mentioned earlier tonight, as there's a one and only by the Eclipse. It's going to be Billy Ray Peterson and Johnny Monday versus the Entourage. And the main event, the debuting Greg James will take on BVD, or I should say he debuted this past week in MPWF Metal, but it'll be his first match against an MPWF Superstar. Again, I cannot wait for that on MPWF Metal, the pre-show to Clash of Champions. And now the Eclipse fighting back out here. Eclipse now float over, and there's a net breaker to Cannonball. As Marcus Eagle taking some time to heal here, as the Eclipse goes for the cover. Oh, just a one count. Look at the power there of Cannonball kicking out. And now Marcus Eagle has the Eclipse up. Now he's got him. Oh wait, nice move there by Eagle. Suplex into a net breaker. And now Marcus Eagle measuring Cannonball. Oh wait, Cannonball saw it coming. Sending him into the buckle. And oh wait, Marcus Eagle there with an elbow to the knee. Marcus Eagle kick to the gut. Oh wait, Marcus Eagle go for it. Bloodline. Bloodline, he nailed it. His father's finishing maneuver on Cannonball. 1, 2, and oh, Cannonball kicked out. Got the shoulder up. And now the Eclipse in trouble as he was trying to get some flow back into his arm. I don't know if he heard it when he was on the outside the ring there. Get some blood back into it. It's now Marcus Eagle fired up after he hit that bloodline. If Marcus Eagle can hit Legacy off the top rope, he will get an elimination. And now the Eclipse. Oh, wait a minute. Total Eclipse on Marcus Eagle. And there's the unprettier there on Cannonball. And Marcus Eagle in trouble. 1, 2, and it's on. Oh, Marcus Eagle just got the shoulder up. And the Eclipse can't believe it. The total Eclipse on Marcus Eagle. And now he goes for a second one. And there's no way he's kicking out this time. 1, 2, 3. 2 Eclipses in a row by the Eclipse. And now wait, Cannonball coming out of nowhere with a stiff right hand to the Eclipse. And now Cannonball. Oh, he's got him up here. Cannonball got the Eclipse where he wants him. Cannonball, world's strongest slam by Cannonball. Look at that move right there. World's strongest slam. Big time impact after the Eclipse hit 2 Eclipses on Marcus Eagle to pin him here tonight. And now going for the cover. 1, 2, 3. And Monster Mash needed that one right there, folks. The Eclipse was focused on Marcus Eagle. Marcus Eagle showing his wherewithal, kicking out of the Eclipse's finisher twice. Kicking out of his finisher, but the second one unable to. And Cannonball rolling in the ring, hitting the world's strongest slam, able to pin the Eclipse. Great three-way dance match, folks. But a win for the Team Hall of Fame and a win for a monster mash. Right here, this was the first one that Marcus Eagle was able to kick out of somehow. The Eclipse thought he covered his bases, taking Cannonball out, but he made a mistake there tonight, folks. It still happens even to the best of them, and the Eclipse is one of the best of all time, folks. Big time victory for Cannonball. But ladies and gentlemen, up next, we are going to see footage of the Legend Killer Shane Carter as he is preparing for his matchup against Apollo in non-sanctioned.
You can get anything you want. You know what I'm saying? You want that over there? You want that over there? Got you. I was up late night balling, counting up hundreds by the thousand. I was up late night balling, counting up hundreds by the thousand. I was up late night balling, counting up hundreds by the thousand. I was up late night balling, counting up hundreds by the thousand.
I was up late night balling, so far from my past misfortune. No sleeping, late nights, no eating, gun squeezing. I'm a real artesian, Ramona. I was round that counter, still down. I'm a north soldier. G-slide, right down Sawyer. When we slide, you won't see morning. Another story of a young black man trying to make it up out that gym. Goddamn, back, let me make my bands. Got plans. If you hating, don't shake my hand. Take it easy, homie. Reminiscing, sitting in that Benz of the 22 bus stop way back when with the 22 5-shot eyes on scan for the click, clack, clap or the boot, bop, bam, cuz.
I was up late night balling, counting up hundreds by the thousand. I was up late night balling, counting up hundreds by the thousand. I was up late night balling, counting up hundreds by the thousand. I was up late night balling, counting up hundreds by the thousand.
It's funny, I was going crazy not too long ago. Women problems every morning like the Maury show. Swimming upstream while I'm trying to keep my bread from the sharks. Maybe want to put the hammer to my head at the park, probably ticking with the key.
Folks, here we are backstage with Hector Rodriguez, and he accepts Jason Holliday's challenge at the Clash for the Hardcore title. He says it's been a long time since he's held gold, and he's going to do it at Clash of Champions. And look at who's looking on, folks. The man that wants Hector Rodriguez to join his clientele, the legit one, Richard Hawkins. But we get ready for tag team competition here tonight, folks. And here comes two women who don't like each other at all. We never expected them to be a team, but they have to unite tonight for a common enemy. The Carmichaels not wanting to be forgotten in the tag team division, attacking Lil Beast and Serenity. Lil Beast coming to the ring with that lean cut. She is not happy about it at all. We actually have not been able to hear from Lil Beast, and I have to imagine she's not happy about teaming with Serenity as well. That's just the type of chick that Lil Beast is. She's still coming to the ring dancing and partying though. You know, Lil Beast just wants to have a good time. You know, if you think that you're man or woman enough to give Lil Beast a good time, I'm sure she's ready for it. Actually, this might be my favorite part here when she hits that running man. Hey, look at this, folks. Yeah. Ah. And here comes a woman who was building some serious momentum on metal, but every time she's built momentum, somebody has stopped it with an attack. You know, poor Serenity picking up some victories. Was looking to try and get a victory against her rival, Lil Beast, last week until the Carmichaels got involved. You know, Serenity may be sweet, she may look nice, but folks, she will fight you. She is a little spitfire. She is ready to go at all times, is Serenity. All she wants to do is prove that she belongs and prove that she deserves a shot at the MPWF Women's World Championship. And I hope that she can achieve that dream here one day in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. And ladies and gentlemen, you know what time this is. It is simping time, folks, as the Carmichaels making their way to the ring. They want everybody to know that they run this division. They may not have the world championship, but they are the ones in control. They are those two people at your childhood camp. Probably going to bring back bad memories for people that are giving you wedgies, that are causing you problems, that are getting you into trouble. And all they got to do is bat those eyelids and you will do anything that they want. You are all just simps and fools. Carmen in the black, Carmella in the white, the Carmichaels. Now I got another question I want to ask people too here before this match starts up. How would you feel if we re-put some shows on, obviously if this season I don't have any footage of old MPWF stuff whatsoever, but on Twitch as well, and try to start up like a Twitch audience as well, you know? Yeah, let me know in the comment section below, folks. I may be able to record some shows from the YouTube app via the Xbox for some old shows, but you know, that remains to be seen. I also have another question for you. Anybody from the United States, can you see any of my MPWF shows from 2011? Like WrestleMania 2, the Road to WrestleMania, including Steve Hurley. If you can you send me a DM? Because I would like to see if, through YouTube Premium, if you could give me the footage to those, because those videos are blocked in Canada and I cannot see them whatsoever, and I would like to have the footage. So if that's possible, let me know. Just message DJ Johnny Feelgood at MPWF 2013 on Twitter, or message me through YouTube. But as Lil Beast is attacking the Carmichaels here, so we should get back to this matchup. Lil Beast wanting to get some retribution on the Carmichaels for the attack here, but look at this here, tilt-a-whirl by Carmella. Carmichael there on Lil Beast. And again, you know, I've mentioned it time and time again, everything is about momentum here, and that's what this is about. The Carmichaels want to pick up a victory here, and this is their domain, tag team wrestling. These two sisters, they know each other front to back, you know, through thick and thin. But if Serenity and Lil Beast could knock off the Carmichaels, this will give them big momentum, and for sure one of them will be the challenger to the winner of Angelina Peace and Faye Bartlett at Clash of Champions. Now a leg drop there by Serenity. And Serenity now got Carmella Carmichael center into the ropes here. And now there's a, oh wow, tilt-a-whirl sidewalk slam there by Serenity. You know, I find it interesting, and again, not to stir up trouble here with the Carmichaels and any of the people that support them, but Carmella Carmichael seems to be the one doing the most work, whilst Carmen comes in and gets the victory. That's just my observation. You know, you can take it the way you see it, have it the way you want it. Maybe it should be a little more 50-50 between the two. But, oh wait, blocked there by Carmella Carmichael. So Carmen seems happy there. It's now Carmella throwing Serenity to Carmen, and now makes the tag here. And an Irish whip off the ropes here. And now double backdrop there by the Carmichaels. And now got her up here. What's this? Oh wow, Widow's Peak-like maneuver by Carmen Carmichael, and she knew that hit big. As Carmen now go for a cover, the referee missing one. Oh, just a one count there. The ref, if he got down, that might have been the end of the matchup there, folks. And a boot there to the face by Carmen Carmichael. And now Carmen Carmichael here, Irish whip now, sending Serenity into the ropes. And oh, no, Serenity blocked it. And Serenity there with the kick. Serenity is deceptively quick with some of the moves she pulls here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. But oh no, Carmella knocking Serenity off the apron. Serenity able to get up though. And Serenity going straight for Carmella Carmichael. Straight for Carmella Carmichael. Suplex now, bringing her back inside the ring here. And now, oh, Carmen Carmichael has got her up. And DDT there. Said the Carmichaels are such a unit. What they have to do is figure a way to get that unit to work singularly so they can win the championship gold here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. And now, leg drop there by Carmichael, saying this is it. 2 and 3. Oh no, Serenity able to get the shoulder up, and Carmen not happy about that whatsoever. And now Carmichael here. It's got her up, and now snap suplex there by Carmen. And now Lil Beast needs to make the tag to Lil Beast. As Serenity now going to make the tag here, outstretched to Lil Beast. Oh, wait a minute. Lil Beast just dropped off the apron. Lil Beast saying, Lil Beast walking out of this tag team matchup, leaving Serenity high and dry. And Carmella and Carmen knocked her down, and now making sure the legal person is in for the tag. I can't believe that there. Lil Beast just dropped down, and now the Carmichaels going for the Simpson Fools on Serenity. And Carmen telling Carmella to go for the cover. 2, and it's academic. The Carmichaels pick up the win, and Lil Beast and Serenity could not work together here tonight. A huge W for the Carmichaels tonight on the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. The Simps and Fools, and that was all she wrote. Serenity has to be kicking herself. Lil Beast walking out on Serenity, showing that even trying to get Retribution on the Carmichaels could not get them to work together, folks. And the crowd not happy about that whatsoever, letting the Carmichaels know exactly how they feel about them. But folks, we are going to see footage of a superstar who will be debuting soon in the MPWF. We're backstage here, folks, with Lil Beast. And of course, she's saying she was never going to team with Serenity. I almost said the word that she used there for Serenity. And she says her and Serenity is on site. And sooner than later, those little pretty Beverly Hills bimbos, the Carmichaels, are going to get what's coming to them. But we'll have to see how that goes. But, oh no, folks. Here he comes. The son of the late, great Alfred Gray. Mason Gray making his way to the ring. And I can tell you this, folks, he is not scheduled to be here tonight. Mason Gray tapped out last week to CJ Parker, forfeiting his opportunity to challenge for the opportunity at the World Championship. And I don't know if he's addressing that here tonight. And this crowd letting Mason Gray exactly how they feel about him. So Mason Gray wants to take the MPWF company back and bring it back to the Gray family. Alfred Gray ran the MPWF the entire time on YouTube. Now the majority ownership is in control by Joey Eagle. And here Mason Gray calling these fans inbreds in St. Louis, and they are not going to be happy about that whatsoever. Verbal jockey. He has news and decisions that need to be made. And that's what I was saying before. He wants to bring the MPWF back to his family, but there's a few things that need to take place first, he says. He needs Joey Eagle to be relieved of power, and he's telling this crowd to shut up whilst he's talking, as they are telling him what they think of him. And help of a friend. There's a clause in Joey Eagle's contract. So if Joey Eagle wrestles a matchup, he will give up booking power in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. That is a huge revelation. And Mason Gray saying at Clash of Champions, he's going to reveal some information that will make Joey Eagle compete in a wrestling matchup. And listen to this crowd, they are not happy with him. But folks, we are going to take a look at the God of War Apollo as he prepares for his non-sanctioned matchup at Clash of Champions against a legend killer, Shane Carter.
Under attack, always coming in last, bringing up the past. No one owes you anything, I think. You need a shotgun blast, a kick in the ass, so paranoid. Watch your back! Oh my, here we go, another loose cannon gone bipolar. Slip down, couldn't get much lower. Quicksand's got no sense of humor. I'm still laughing like hell. You think that my crime to me, looking so sorry that I'm gonna believe you've been affected by social disease. Well then take your medicine. I created the sound of madness, wrote the book on pain. Somehow I'm still here to explain that the darkest hour never comes in the night. You can sleep with the gun when you gotta wake up and fight for yourself. I'm so sick of this tombstone mentality. If there's an afterlife, then it'll set you free. But I'm not gonna pop the seizure, a self-fulfilling prophecy. You think that I cried to me, looking so sorry that I'm gonna believe you've been affected by social disease. Well then take your medicine. I created the sound of madness, wrote the book on pain. Somehow I'm still here to explain that the darkest hour never comes in the night. You can sleep with the gun when you gotta wake up and fight.
So here we go, folks. It's main event time. And what a video package there on the God of War, Apollo. Lethal Mathematics making his way to the ring. You can tell by the way the crowd is reacting. Lethal fracturing the arm of Ryan Sparxx, taking him out. It will be Lethal Mathematics versus Ryan Sparxx in a last man standing matchup at Clash of Champions. Ryan will return at that event. Lethal's whole demeanor has changed since he lost the MPWF World Championship to Subzero Angel Ramirez Ortiz. Ortiz will meet after this matchup is done with CJ Parker, but because of the actions of Lethal Mathematics, he cannot challenge for the MPWF World Championship until after WrestleMania of next year, our 10th edition of WrestleMania, and Lethal Mathematics, the man of tomorrow with the gadgets to win today, if you haven't heard that in a long time. Mr. MPWF will not be able to compete for the World Championship at the 10th edition of WrestleMania. Huge punishment. That might have made Lethal Mathematics apologize for what he did. You know, the crowd not listen to them. They are not agreeing with what Lethal Mathematics is saying whatsoever. They think this is a ruse. He's got a plan. There's some other motive that Lethal Mathematics has in that situation. That's what this man here believes. Chase Stevens coming out and telling Lethal Mathematics exactly what he thought about him. Chase Stevens saying he usually keeps quiet, but Lethal Mathematics trying to be sincere and apologizing. He thinks it's a bunch of BS. Either way, what a main event it's going to be. Chase Stevens versus Lethal Mathematics. Lethal felt disrespected last week when Chase Stevens came out to interrupt him. Again, I don't know how you can apologize for something you did and feel disrespected by somebody who's calling you out for it by, you know, actions that you've done before here. And wait, Lethal Mathematics attacking Chase Stevens from behind. And Lethal did say the next time he saw Chase Stevens, he was going to slap the taste out of his mouth. And that's what he's doing. I've been told that this matchup was asked for by Chase Stevens. And Lethal now absolutely decimating this man right here with that shot from behind. And, you know, maybe Lethal has grown respect for Ryan Sparxx. And losing the championship made him see that, you know. Lethal was at an all-time high of arrogance and cockiness. You know, he was on top of the world. Tag team champion and MPWF world champion at the same time. You know, he didn't think he could be stopped. And he thought he was untouchable. And then he submitted to the Kimura lock, losing the championship. And, you know, in his arrogance, taking out Ryan Sparxx the way he did, you know, maybe he wasn't thinking straight. You know, maybe Lethal is trying to be sincere. Who knows how this works? You know, it's not like MPWF fans haven't come on here and said, you know, like, this is not the Lethal Mathematics that they remember. This is not the man of tomorrow with the gadgets to win today. As look at him pounding away at Chase Stevens here. As Lethal driving that knee in. And, you know, Lethal was very well correct. You know, he said that he was apologetic about what he did to Ryan Sparxx. But Ryan Sparxx certainly ain't going to be apologetic about the whooping he's looking to bring to Lethal in Last Man Standing. As now Lethal got Chase Stevens up there, and there's a back suplex here. You know, obviously Chase Stevens unable to get out the blocks after he was attacked from behind here. Oh, just getting the shoulder up, and Lethal telling the ref that should have been it. Lethal wants to get this one over and done with. He does not want to waste time here before the Last Man Standing matchup. As Chase Stevens with a nip up now. Irish whip now sending Lethal into the rope, trying to fight back here. There's a drop kick. So Chase Stevens, could you imagine what a win for Chase Stevens over Lethal Mathematics could do here? You know, highly unlikely, but Chase here trying to fight back as Chase there with a backflip over Lethal Mathematics. Lethal now with a shot, ducks it, and now Chase Stevens there with the elbow, and Chase Stevens firing up. You know, Chase Stevens had a rough time of it at the beginning of this month. He was eliminated first in the number one contendership matchup. But before I say that here, Chase Stevens now trying with that armbar here on Lethal Mathematics. And Lethal would not want to tap out again here. And Lethal able to escape. And Lethal there with those right hands. And I can tell you this, folks, if you want to know something about Mr. MPWF, he may be cocky, he may be arrogant, but after tapping out to that Kimura lock, I guarantee you Lethal Mathematics has been practicing jiu-jitsu every single day since losing that championship. As now, Chase Stevens headed to the outside the ring. Chase Stevens looking with intent on his eyes for Lethal Mathematics. Chase Stevens got high risk, and there's a suicide dive by Chase Stevens, knocking down Mathematics. Folks, this is your main event. We are on the go-home show for Clash of Champions. Lethal Mathematics, Chase Stevens. Lethal goes one-on-one, Last Man Standing. Folks, I cannot wait. And you know that Ryan Sparxx is somewhere watching this matchup. Somewhere counting down the days. Counting down to March 14th when he can get his hands on Lethal Mathematics. And there's a headbutt by Chase Stevens. And Stevens going for the cover wisely here. 1, 2, and 3, and Lethal just gets the shoulder up here. And now Chase Stevens out picking Lethal back up here. There's another European uppercut. As Chase Stevens has managed to get back momentum in this matchup. Lethal wisely rolling to the outside of the ring, trying to find himself some time here. Chase out going after Lethal. That's a famouser. Look at the athleticism of the former champion with that famouser. And now Lethal sending Chase Stevens into the barricade here. And now he's got him up here. Oh, face first. Right in front of the MPWF fan base. And now Lethal here, sending him into the steps. And Lethal breaking up the count. Lethal wants to win this matchup. And he wants to punish Chase Stevens before he does it. Again, a conflicted mind of such a talented individual. To think that a man this talented, his actions have cost him the World Championship for over a year, folks. Over a year before he could challenge for the title again. Lethal Mathematics has pretty much been married to that title his entire MPWF career as he sends Chase Stevens face first into the steel steps. And now Lethal throwing Stevens back inside the ring here. And now Lethal, what's he gonna go for here? And now another right hand. And Chase Stevens has been opened up. And Lethal now gonna continue to open that wound. As now Irish Whip sending Chase Stevens into the buckle. And now he's setting Chase Stevens up on the top rope. And now wait, Lethal here. Oh, another right hand. This one square in the jaw of Chase Stevens. As Lethal now gonna go up for a superplex, and he hits it. Superplex by Lethal Mathematics, knocking all the wind out of his opponent. And Lethal going for the cover. This is it, folks. 1, 2, and oh, Chase Stevens just barely getting the shoulder up. And Lethal really frustrated now. And Lethal saying, this is it, folks. I am going to end this match. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's the music of Ryan Sparxx. The family man's music hitting us. He here tonight. He is supposed to be not here till the Clash of Champions. And Lethal waiting for Ryan Sparxx. And oh wait, Chase Stevens with a Hurricane Rana. Chase Stevens with a Hurricane Rana catching Lethal Mathematics off guard thanks to Ryan Sparxx' music. Chase Stevens kicked to the gut here. And now he's got Lethal. And wait a minute. Chase is going to get him up here. And wait a minute, folks. The Vertebreaker. And he nails it. The Vertebreaker on Lethal Mathematics. Chase Stevens going for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Chase Stevens defeats Lethal Mathematics here in our main event tonight. And the biggest win for Chase Stevens here on YouTube of the MPWF. The distraction from Ryan Sparxx allowing Lethal Mathematics to lose and Chase Stevens to nail his patented Vertebreaker to pick up the victory here tonight, folks. From the assault before the matchup to this famouser here by Lethal Mathematics. The superplex where we thought it was over. Lethal was settling to finish this matchup. And Ryan Sparxx' music played. He is not here. We don't know why it played, how it played, but it was enough of a distraction that Chase Stevens was able to get the victory. I look at the elation on his face. Chase Stevens with a win over the former MPWF World Champion. Big time for that man right there, folks. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Clash of Champions, March 14th. Lethal Mathematics versus Ryan Sparxx in a last man standing matchup. Max Payne's going to want retribution for what Chris Prochamp said. He wants to take the United States Championship and win it for his brother Julius. Faye Bartlett and Angelina Peace continue their war for the MPWF Women's World Championship. Tag Team 3-Way Dance, Team Hall of Fame versus Gen X versus Monster Mash. I cannot wait for this one, folks. Here may be my all-time favorite matchup of this card, the Varsity Club versus the Bloodshed Fight School. The MPWF World Tag Team Championships just announced tonight. Hence Rodriguez will challenge Jason Holiday for the MPWF Hardcore Championship at potentially Richard Hawkins' favor. Shane Carter will meet Apollo in his return in a non-sanctioned match, folks. I cannot wait. The God of War returns. And our main event of Clash of Champions, the World Championship, CJ Parker challenges Subzero, Angel, Ramirez Ortiz. And we are going to hear from both these men right here, right now, folks. And there he is, folks, the MPWF World Champion, Subzero Angel Ramirez Ortiz. The man that defeated Shane Carter and Lethal Mathematics in the same night. to become the world champion. He is one hell of a talent. And it's going to be a pure wrestling matchup for the MPWF World Championship when he takes on CJ Parker. This matchup, this card has a big fight feel. And you know, we have a face-off here, but Angel Ortiz ain't much for words. It's going to be interesting to see exactly what this man has to say. And here comes a man who won the number one contendership twice. He won a 5-way elimination matchup to originally become the number one contender for the championship. Then defeated Mason Gray last week in another number one contendership matchup. And now it is official. CJ Parker versus Subzero Angel Ramirez Ortiz for the MPWF World Championship. CJ Parker has been looking for this opportunity for a long time. He will be very happy that his teammate Chase Stevens got a victory just now against Lethal Mathematics. But it's about CJ Parker and his opportunity at the MPWF World Championship come Clash of Champions, March 14th, 2021, folks. As what I said before, Angel Ortiz is not a talker. He's in the business of having fights. He ain't in the business of hyping them. And CJ Parker saying that's why we're competing for the World Championship, because he's here to fight as well. A pure main event is what CJ Parker is saying this is all about, and he is going to win at Clash of Champions. And Angel Ortiz says this is exactly the vision of the Bloodshed Fight School. No weapons, no gimmicks, just fighting. Expect bloodshed at the Clash. Folks, it's going to be the purest of wrestling matches. CJ Parker and Angel Ramirez Ortiz at Clash of Champions for the championship. I cannot wait, folks. The world title will be on the line. Who will be the winner? It is the Kimura Lock versus the Anaconda Vice. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dwayne James Johnny Feelgood, and I'm signing out. See you March 14th.